Touch on it. And it's a goal! It's a goal for Westmeath!
Does go back post, header's there! 1-1!
Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez! Middle for it, there is the header there. Yes, and it's a goal! It's a goal for the police department!
You don't have to keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not computer literate. We work to make sure that the only thing you'll have to say is, it works. Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez!
Oh! XP! Go back!
Eddie Steve, baby.
Where is this game? Back.
Taking his time, slipping it onto the wing. 1v1, he breaks past him onto the cross, and a nice touch, and it goes into the net. Rock Carles Puig scores the opening goal for Bravehearts in the first 15 minutes. Nice little cross there. Slips past the defensive line, crosses in front of the defense, and a nice touch. And it looks like it's going to be a goal for Harry Cook. Harry Kick continuing the scoring streak for Bravehearts. Another 2 minutes after the first goal. Bravehearts in brilliant form. Look at that through ball to switch to the other side of the winger. He goes for a cross on the ground and a nice touch, and it's a brace for Harry Cook. Harry Cook scoring 2 goals in 4 minutes. It's a total of 3 goals in 6 minutes. And it's 3-0 to the New York Bravehearts.
Touch on it. And it's a goal! It's a goal for Westmeath!
Does go back post. Header's there! 1-1!
Mendez go for the cross. What a goal!
What a goal from Mendez! The middle for it, there is the header there. Yes, and it's a goal! It's a goal for the police department!
You don't have to keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not computer literate. We work to make sure that the only thing you'll have to say is, it works. Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez!
Oh! XP! Go back.
Eddie Steve, baby.
Here he brings his game back.
Taking his time, slipping it onto the wing. 1v1, he breaks past him onto the cross, and a nice touch, and it goes into the net. Rock Carles Puig scores the opening goal for Bravehearts in the first 15 minutes. Nice little cross there. Slips past the defensive line, crosses in front of the defense, and a nice touch. And it looks like it's going to be a goal for Harry Cook. Harry Kick continuing the scoring streak for Bravehearts. Another 2 minutes after the first goal. Bravehearts in brilliant form. Look at that through ball to switch to the other side of the winger. He goes for a cross on the ground and a nice touch, and it's a brace for Harry Cook. Harry Cook scoring 2 goals in 4 minutes. It's a total of 3 goals in 6 minutes. And it's 3-0 to the New York Bravehearts.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on New Logical Sports. Tonight, we have quite the showdown in store for you. We are here for the Eastern New York State Soccer Association Dr. Randolph G. Manning Cup, which is actually on the ground just a few feet away from me. It's a bright, shiny trophy for all the players to look at as they come out onto the pitch. Going to get the lineups for you here. Can you lower it so I don't hear me? Our lineups for tonight, starting with the New York Pancyprian Freedoms. In a 3-5-2, we have goalkeeper Josh Levine, number 1. Going from left to right, left back, number 4, Jack Slies. Number 21, Jens Hoff. Number 2, Ricard Cederberg. Number 3, Devon Hinu. Number 5, Jordan Bylaw. Number 7, Bela. Balon, corrected as always by the immortal Pat Murphy. Balon. Number 7, Sebastian Ruiz. Number 6, Luis Argudo. Number 15, Samir Fatazada. Number 23, Junior Rosero. And number 9, James Tristino. For Lansdowne Yonkers, it is a 4-3. Oh, excuse me. Reading my own notes here. 4-2-3-1. Again, going from left to right, starting with the goalkeeper, number 99, Danny. Going from left to right, number 15, Benji Jones. Number 3, Pucci. Number 6, Leo Fola. Number 2, Eddie Speed. In midfield, number 22, James Boot. Number 5, Humbert Ferrer. Number 8, Seamus Keogh. Up top, number 27, Jared Julo. Number 9, Ali Dawa. And number 7, Liam Salmon. We are just about ready to get started tonight. What is at stake for both sides? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a final. And like any final, both teams are going to want to win. The history of the Manning Cup dates back much further than you might think if you are tuning in for the first time. The history, I believe, if I'm not going to be corrected here by Pat, dates back as far back as the U.S. Open Cup does to 1913. Yep, I have the card in front of me, and yep, 1913. So you are in for quite a showdown on what is a historically important and incredibly talented group of teams that are here tonight to play for this prestigious cup in honor of Dr. Randolph G. Manning. For the Pancyprians, they are the current holders and have won the last 2 in a row. Lansdowne do have a title to their name, but it has not come for the last couple of years. Who goes home with it tonight? Will it be Lansdowne taking the crown back, or will it be Pancyprian Freedoms lifting a 3rd in a row? We are just moments away from finding out on the opening whistle. Thank you very much again for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. My name again is David Einhorn. You can find me at all socials at AwayDave. I am here tonight with the incredible, the immortal, the magical, the I'm running out of adjectives to describe Pat Murphy in every broadcast that he allows me to do. But as I always like to mention, I am forever grateful to Patrick, to New Logical Sports, to everything that he has built, not only for the game of soccer, but also for just simply the opportunity to be here tonight, 9 o'clock at night on Randall's Island, Field 70. Where else would you want to be than watching some soccer, commentating on a nice April, almost May evening, watching 2 of the biggest local teams in the area duke it out for a trophy. As I mentioned, there is a lot of history, not only with the Manning Cup, but between these two teams as we get ready to go. Mr. Referee. And we are underway. It is going to be Lansdowne to get us started. As I was saying, there is not just a lot of history when it comes to the Manning Cup, there's also a lot of history when it comes to just these two teams who know each other very well. Lansdowne currently occupy third place in the APSL, the American Premier Soccer League, formerly the EPSL. And the New York Pancyprian Freedoms are currently the top spot, first place in the APSL as well. Pancyprian Freedoms are also, I don't want to necessarily say coming off of a loss because it was a little while ago, but they were in the Open Cup just a few weeks ago. They unfortunately lost to Westchester SC in their very first ever home match. That's a foul called in favor of Pancyprians. Now that is a big deal. It is a big deal to mention that Pancyprians have actually won 3 Open Cups. Of course, these days they might not necessarily be the favorite, but historically speaking, it is a big deal for them to be playing in some of the later rounds of that competition. As we see Lansdowne come away with the ball here. Is Benji Jones going back to number 3. Pucci goes all the way back to his keeper, Danny, number 99. Danny DeMarco. Where would I be without Pat Murphy? At home watching New Logical Sports, of course. Ensuing throw-in. It's going to be put out of play and thrown in again for Lansdowne Yonkers on the far side of the field. It is a beautiful evening on what is essentially May here at Randall's Island. I'm happy to say that I thought I would need a jacket, but both Pat and I are in short sleeves and it doesn't seem to bother us.
I have a jacket ready for you anyway.
He has a jacket ready for me anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you just love that? Producer, gaffer, busser, jack of all trades, Pat Murphy. This one knocked into the box, cleared away by Pancyprian Freedoms, kept alive for a moment there by Lansdowne, looking for the second ball, and now played forward for Pancyprians. It's a 2-on-1 for James Tristino. This one is kept alive by Junior Rosero, sprinting down that left side and now breaking free. Junior Rosero gets the shot away, but it goes wide. Well, there's the first opportunity for either side, and it falls to the New York Pancyprian Freedoms, who coach Andreas Paftis made very clear they do feel like they are the favorites.
Kronis?
What?
Kronis? Andreas Kronis?
Oh. Andreas Kronis. Forgive me. Andreas Kronis made very clear they feel like they are the favorites. They are currently top of the league. They know what it takes to win this kind of competition. So we see this one played out wide again for Pancyprian Freedoms. Shot is blocked. It's going to come back out. Pancyprian Freedoms keep possession on the far side. We have a Lansdowne player who's down and now just getting up. I think that is Humbert Ferrer. As always, I was telling Pat before this match, I do love the green and white that Lansdowne wear. The black can be a little hard to read at night, so forgive me if it does take a second or two. But yes, I believe that was Humbert Ferrer who was down for just a moment as Pancyprians continue to keep possession here, working their way around the Lansdowne defense. Now brought into the box here, pulled back and cut out by Lansdowne. Lansdowne looking to come the other way. Immediate pressing from Pancyprian Freedoms. Here on this far side, shot comes in left. And it's going to go harmlessly wide. I believe that might have been Sebastian Ruiz who kind of either tried the back heel or simply just left it hoping that somebody would be making a run at that far post. But it wasn't to be.
This will be one of 3 matchups they have in the next month. League and Amateur Cup.
We did say that these two teams know each other well, and this is actually the first of 3 matchups that they will have against each other over the next month. Starting with this match here in the Manning Cup, they'll also have National Amateur Cup, and they will have the APSL as well, where again, Lansdowne occupy 3rd, and Pancyprian Freedoms are the current 1st place, looking for another title. And one is played out, like an errant pass maybe from Lansdowne. We're just trying to settle into things here. Picked up here by Pancyprian Freedoms. Jack slides back to the keeper, Josh Levine, with Awidawa coming, but he's able to get the pass away. Goes out to Ricard Cederberg, back to Josh Levine, who's got to be careful because nobody knows how to lurk and lure a keeper into making a mistake like Awidawa does. Awidawa, that number 9, like a shark with blood in the water. Lurking. You wonder what an impact he might have tonight in a game that is so important to both sides. And on the opposite side, Junior Rosero, the striker for Pancyprian Freedoms, is also lethal in front of goal. Speaking of the Pancyprians and their U.S. Open Cup days, those of us that have been following amateur soccer for a while, as this one is played forward to Sebastian Ruiz. Comes back out. Kept alive by Pancyprian Freedoms and down by the byline is Sebastian Ruiz, looking for a pass across. Comes out but is headed away by Lansdowne. Kept alive here. Played out wide. Those of us that have been following amateur soccer for a while, as this cross comes in and is going to be collected by Lansdowne. You might recognize Junior Rosero from his days at either Oyster Bay or New Jersey Alliance. Some pressure from Pancyprian Freedoms on Lansdowne. And those 2 passages of play there from both Lansdowne and Pancyprian Freedoms really signify the way that these 2 teams want to play. There's always a lot of pressure. There's always a lot of pressing. These are teams that are drilled to play at a very high level for a very long period of time. And there you see it again as Awidawa takes the ball away from Pancyprians. Looked like a call for handball there for a moment. Pancyprians maintain possession. Here right in front of us is Pucci working on number 9, James Tristino. And that's going to be a foul called in favor of Pancyprians. We have Samir, I believe that is Samir Fatazada, who is down momentarily. He's got a teammate coming to help him. Good to get restarted here. Pancyprians back in possession. Working on the far side. This one's played over the top towards Devin Hinu. It's going to go out of play for a Lansdowne throw. Lansdowne looking towards Liam Salmon here. Salmon the touch, played forward. Nice 1-2 worked. Let's see if Lansdowne can make something of this. On the far side, that's Jared Julo. But it's going to get away from him a little bit and lands in the keeper's arms. And here's Lansdowne with their press again. Sent forward by Pancyprians. And Cyprian's trying to work something out here. It's a 3-on-2 if they can get it right. Now maybe a 3-on-3, but it's finally cleared away by Lansdowne. Right in midfield, both teams battling for the second ball here. It's going to be Pancyprians that come away with it. Just perhaps maybe trying to slow the game down a second here and settle and play the way they want to as that one comes over the top to find Junior Rosero. Junior looked like he might have been offside there, at least from here, but the flag was down. Now played in on the near side, that's Eddie Speed. Going to Leo Fola. Leo, quick touch outside for Liam Salmon. That one goes out of play. It'll be Eddie Speed to get us started again.
Former Welsh U16 international.
Former Welsh U16 international Eddie Speed.
Played at Wrexham.
Played at Wrexham. Newly promoted Wrexham to the championship. Congratulations to them, their team, and of course Ryan Reynolds and Rob McInerney. This one goes out for a corner. First corner of the night for Lansdowne. You think Rob is listening? Maybe FX will give us their own show, Pat. We could hit the big time too.
I should just set up the second mic. Maybe a little ahead.
I think you should. Pat is saying he might set up a second mic so it could be both of us. That would be pretty incredible. That alone should be worth watching at 9 p.m. As the ensuing corner comes in for Lansdowne. They're going far post, headed away, defensive header. Caught by Lansdowne, put it in the path. The shot comes in and it's saved. Josh Levine, the first real save of the night.
It's not like anybody's watching Dancing with the Stars. This is your only live entertainment.
James Tristino on the ball now for Pancyprian Freedoms. Looking out wide to Devon Hinu, but cut out by Lansdowne. Excellent battle going on there between Lansdowne and Pancyprians as this one nearly hits our camera. Thank you, Ali Dawa. We said he was dangerous. We meant for defenses, but if it's our equipment too that's also in the line of danger, I guess we'd have to be more specific from time to time. Here's Jack Slies. Back over to Jens Hoff. Plays into Jordan Bylon.
He scores a goal, be like, Sly, you slide dog, you.
Jack Slies. Pancyprians just biding their time. Now they want to go long again towards Tristino. Tristino, nice job with that touch to bring it down. Switches it on his left foot for Rosero. Rosero takes a shot. It's saved. Saved by Danny DeMarco. And we are really starting to see both teams grow into this game now. Each taking shots. Have been relatively easy for the keepers to save, but nonetheless getting into open areas. Pancyprian Freedoms seem to be going longer and over the top of this Lansdowne defense. Here once again is some of this Lansdowne pressure. Lansdowne maintained possession here. That's Eddie Speed with a touch to take it away from Tristino. This one sent over long. Liam Salmon is going to be offside. Well, the name of the game for Pancyprian Freedoms is exactly what you've seen. To be able to apply pressure from the start and simply assert that they are the better team. Coach Andreas was very clear in saying, and actually even bringing about the team president as included in the team talk, that the Pancyprian Freedoms as a club have won 9 Manning Cups. So a win tonight would put them in double digits and really solidify the history that they have in this competition. To be able to lift a 10th one tonight would mean a lot to everybody in that organization. But of course, they're going to have to go through Lansdowne to do it. Here's the shot on target. Saved. Calls for handball or waved away. Well, I'm not quite sure whose hand that might have hit. But as this ball comes in looking for Ali Dawa, that's cut out by Josh Levine. Excellent save from Josh to keep that one out. Here's Ali Dawa in pursuit. Ali with almost a little bit of a high boot there. Liam Salmon comes away. Here's Ali Dawa playing in Salmon, and he shoved off the ball. Great work there between Jordan Bailon and Josh Levine to be able to coordinate keeping Ali Dawa and Lansdowne Yonkers off the score sheet. We are in the 16th minute of play here. Quarter of the game already gone. Here is Devon Hinu into Junior Rosero and cleared away by Humbert Ferrer. Ali Dawa giving chase, but it's going to land safely in the arms of Josh Levine. Levine is going to go quick to Luis Argudo. Plays forward for Samir Fatasada. Nice little 1-2s, and here's where Pancyprian Freedoms really like to just slow things down. And from what we've seen, see if they could go over the top. Hinu's going to give chase over to Danny DeMarco, but he's not going to get there. DeMarco played into the middle. Well, a good 1-2s. They're going to see if Ali Dawa can chase this one, but it's Josh Levine that comes all the way out to keep that away from Lansdowne. Here's Jack Slice. Jordan Bailon on the ball now, sending it forward towards Junior Rosero and Luis Argudo. Lansdowne on the far side. It's Benji Jones that had the first touch. That one's going to go to off of James Boot. Both teams had very interesting and very different in a lot of ways semifinals to be able to reach the final here tonight.
How you doing, George?
Lansdowne Yonkers took care of Kids Super Samba 2-0 not too long ago. Whereas the Pancyprian Freedoms, this one's going to be a foul call, and are we going to get our first card of the game? We are.
Halzong, the ref. Oh, he's the ref today, Halzong.
Halzong, our referee tonight, issues the first yellow card. Did you catch who that was to, Pat?
He did it too fast.
We'll see if we can confirm who.
Hold on, I'll pull up my phone.
See if we can confirm who the card was for. But it definitely left Samir Fatazada in a heap. I'm gonna wait for play to restart here. We're checking the replay. Well, I believe it might have been either Jared Julo, perhaps. But we'll definitely double check and confirm. Jared Julo, maybe not Humbert Ferrer. Well, we will double check at halftime and we will let you know. But for right now, Lansdowne definitely do have somebody in the book. This one's played back to DeMarco, sends it long. That's going to go out of play for a throw-in for New York Pancyprian Freedoms. AAR. What number had the yellow card? Number 5? Well, I was wrong. Number Ferrer with the yellow card in the 19th minute for Lansdowne Yonkers. Played on the near side here for Pancyprian Freedoms, taken away by Liam Salmon. Played back into the middle. Relentless pressing from both sides here. That one finally cleared away.
We're going to get Matt Nash out.
If you know Randall's Island or have ever been here before for your own game, your own league perhaps, you know that it is really just a bunch of fields that are stacked right on top of each other. That's Seamus Keogh. This one played across. So when the ball goes out, it's really not like other stadiums that you've seen in APSL where it's kind of one isolated stadium. There are several games that are going on behind us on really all sides of the island. We're on field 70, and you can probably literally count up from 70 on how many fields there are. So if you see a ball on the screen that might not look like it belongs there, well, there is a game, no, maybe a good 10 feet away from where Pat and I are standing. It's happening behind us. I would love to let you know who's playing and what the score is, but unfortunately they're not contracted with Neurological Sports, so I can't really tell you. We'll get Pat Murphy on the scene as Ali Dawa. Meanwhile, back here, Lansdowne maintain possession. Eddie Speed with a nice move. Eddie looking to pick a pass. Plays it in the middle. Here's Boot. Out wide back to Eddie. Played in, but just missed. Levine able to clear it away. Here comes to Leo Fola. Fola working his way in. That one's going to be taken off of him by Jordan Bylon. Bylon's going to be called for the foul there, or foul called on him. And I will say, if you have never been to Randall's Island to play a nice game of soccer or watch somebody you know play a nice game of soccer, it is quite the interesting place. We are right below we're between the Amtrak train, which is actually going by, and I want to say that's Queensbound part of the RFK Bridge, formerly the Triborough. This one chipped over the top for Lansdowne. We're looking to bring it down. He's able to get it away, but it can't find anybody. Lansdowne are going to maintain possession on the far side. Taken off the foot by Pancyprians. Now can they keep it? They can't. This one brought in and cleared dangerously away in front of goal. Not quite sure who that was for Pancyprian Freedoms, but it goes out harmlessly for a corner. This will be Lansdowne's third of the game, I believe. We are in the 24th minute. Again, there is no score here. Randall's Island Field 70. The Randolph G. Manning Cup here tonight.
You can say Lansdowne and Pancyprians have shared the last 4 or 5 titles.
This is a cup that Lansdowne and Pancyprians have shared back and forth the last 4 out of 5 years.
Additions, because they were not counting COVID.
Not counting COVID, of course. This one is cleared away by Pancyprians. Looks like it came off of Leon Simon's back for a minute there. Here's Pancyprians Junior Rosero and Sebastian Ruiz just not on the same page there. Ruiz was wide open, but I don't think Junior was able to pick his head up in time and play the pass the way he wanted to. Eddie looping the ball up into the air and taken away by Luis Argudo. Bit of a turn there. foul is going to be called. That is Jack Slice to get us restarted. Sends it across the field. Met by the head of a Lansdowne defender on the far side, and now taken back by Pancyprian Freedoms. And look who they let have the ball. It's Ali Dawa. He's going for goal, and unfortunately this one's going to go wide. Well, flashbacks to a previous APSL game where Ali Dawa just looked up and said, why not? This one going the other way. James Tristino cutting in, taking a shot, safely into the arms of Danny DeMarco. We might have seen on our socials Ali Dawa with the home run ball from just about midfield. The perfect chip into the back of the net. I believe that was against Doxa. Yes, against Doxa. Really, that looked like the same sort of play. Ali took the ball off and just immediately was putting his foot through it. As this one's taken away by Pancyprians, it's Junior Rosero just wide. Just wide for the New York Pancyprian Freedoms, and now both teams are really having their chances. The pressing for both of these teams is really something to behold. Waiting here for Lansdowne to get us back started. Looks like they're going to play short here. Now go long by DeMarco. Pancyprians win the second ball. Looking in midfield here. Out wide to Hinu. Here is Luis Argudo going all the way back to Jens Hoff, and that's given away. And now Lansdowne can come the other way. It's 3-on-4 if they could work it out the right way. That ball is going to be taken off Jared Julo. Excellent recovery there by Pancyprian Freedoms, and now they can come the other way. Well, it's 3 on about 5 or 6 maybe, but we'll see if they can play the right pass. They can't, and Lansdowne have plenty of numbers back to be able to take care of that one. Played forward. That's boot, far side. This ball played towards Ali Dawa, who is offside. Well, big finals are big occasions, and big occasions call for big crowds. And I will say, we do have a number of people for both teams who are here in support of either side, as that one is intercepted by Liam Salmon. Brought forward by Lansdowne, looking for the shot. Can they lay it off? They can't. Pancyprian Freedoms survive another Lansdowne attack, and now quickly again play forward into Junior Rosero. Rosero's going to get on the ball here, looking for help and support. It's going to be Rosero alone, and it's blocked and goes just wide. That'll be a corner for the Pancyprian Freedoms. And much in the same way that they do not want to let Ali Dawa get alone in front of goal, neither do Lansdowne really want to give Junior Rosero any opportunities. He can make an impact just like that. As I was saying, lots of fans from both teams here, although I will say Lansdowne do always travel very well. It's no surprise to see that they have a bleacher full of people. Little hard to count exactly how many for tonight's reported attendance. But since nobody's here to double check, why don't we just say 5,000, Pat?
There's probably 5,000 in the park.
There's probably 5,000 in the park. We'll all say that they came here just to see this one. Maybe a more realistic number of about maybe 30. Ensuing corner comes in for Pancyprians, clear right away by Ali Dawa. First line of defense. Taken back by the Pancyprian Freedoms. This one's on the byline and again cleared by Lansdowne. And shooting shot comes in and bounces off the crossbar and out. Well, unfortunately, There's no VAR technology here at Randall's Island. So you're going to rely on Patrick Murphy and his camera to be able to tell you where exactly that one bounced. I could not see it.
I think he had his Frank Lampard moment. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, might have been a Frank Lampard moment. Advantage played here for Pancyprians. Getting over to the byline, cutting in. This one shot, and that one's off the crossbar. Well, well, well. Closer and closer to the Pancyprian Freedoms come. Is that going to be a foul call for a high boot? No. That one's just going to be a throw-in. Forgive me, we had a whistle on another field. I froze for a second. But the Pancyprian Freedoms inch closer and closer. If it's not the underside of the crossbar, it's the corner of it. There's a shot that's blocked. This one played carefully out by Lansdowne in the direction of Ali Dawa. There's a push in the back, and that one's going to be a foul. Foul called in favor of Lansdowne. Lansdowne again beat Kid Super Samba 2-0 in the semifinal to be able to reach this game tonight. Pancyprian Freedoms took care of Doxa 4-1. A pretty dominant performance to be able to be here. And again, both of these teams combined have shared 4 of the last 5 trophies, not including the COVID year. One is nearly intercepted by Pancyprian Freedoms. Here's Eddie Speed on the ball. Eddie Speed looking for an option, looking for a way out, and he's going to get it via throw-in. This one played quickly. Here's Humbert Ferrer looking for an option himself. Junior Rosero lurking closely and quietly, just waiting for a moment to pounce. Played in the midfield here for Lansdowne. They've had a few very solid opportunities, but it's been the final ball that's been really lacking. Just need to take their opportunities. Here the Pancyprian Freedoms getting forward now. Hand up for offside, but it's not given. It's Sebastian Ruiz who's coming forward, laying it off, and shot is scored. Who else? Junior Rosero takes out the bow and arrow from the quiver and fires home from exactly where he stands. 1-0 to the Pancyprian Freedoms in the Manning Cup. And from the team whose coach said they were favorites, that they needed to come out and show it, they take the lead here tonight.
32 minutes.
Our score in the 32nd minute is 1-0 to the Pancyprian Freedoms on a Junior Rosero arrow, a laser arrow, into the Lansdowne net. How do Lansdowne respond? How do Pancyprians respond? We're going to find out right now. Lansdowne go to Eddie Speed. Eddie out wide to Liam Salmon. Salmon dancing around in the penalty area. That one comes off of a Pancyprian player. Picked up again by Salmon. Brought back out. In an intercepted not once but twice and finally calmed down by Ali Dawa. Lansdowne with a shot and caught graciously by Josh Levine. Well, it was a heck of a laser from Junior Rosero, who really not only put the pace on it, but the placement was very impressive as well in the build-up to that one. Really solidifying the lead that you could say the Pancyprians do deserve. They've hit the woodwork twice. They've had plenty of opportunities. And they have another one here. Tristino taking the ball away. Excellently done to be able to get it out wide. Cross comes in, cut out by Lansdowne. And a foul is going to be called. You start to wonder if the wind is going to be a factor here tonight, too. Randall's Island is an island, of course.
Technically, we're on the wards part of the island, but they drained it, and it's basically generally called Randall's Island now.
Well, generally called Randall's Island, as I'm informed by historian Patrick Murphy.
We're on the wards island part.
We're on the wards island part. But nonetheless, this area is a wind tunnel. So you wonder how that might play into either team's game plan.
It's great to keep you from sweating.
It is good to keep you from sweating. It's also really good when you forget a jacket. This one, plenty of space for Junior Rosero. Is he going to make it two? He goes for goal. It's wide.
Sebastian Ruiz.
Yes, forgive me, that was Sebastian Ruiz. Rosero was in the middle. You can't fault me for thinking that if there was going to be somebody... You can't fault me for thinking that if there was going to be somebody taking a shot from that angle, that it would be Junior Rosero. But yes, it was Sebastian Ruiz.
It's not that look that makes it look like the bad guy from the Fast and Furious movie.
Pat is just over here comparing the haircuts of Junior Rosero and Sebastian Ruiz. Junior, apparently there's a Fast and Furious villain who has your haircut. Oh, in the 4th Fast and Furious movie. What is that? 4 Fast, 4 Furious?
This is Fast and Furious.
Oh, it's just Fast and Furious. Well, thank you. This one almost cut out. No foul called. Nearly intercepted there by Pancyprian Freedoms. Now you see why I am so grateful to Pat every single night I get to do this. Not only does he know everything, but he's also funnier than I am. Excellent job to dribble through 2 players there and spray the ball out wide, but we are going to get a foul. Call in favor of Pancyprian Freedoms. Here is Jack Slies for Pancyprian Freedoms, up 1-0 as we inch closer and closer towards halftime. Jens Hoff goes to Ricard Cederberg. On the far side, this one's going to be taken away by Lansdowne. Ball is taken away by Fatazada. And now Pancyprians can break the other way. The freedom of Randall's Island down that side. And an excellent goal that won't count. Offside is the call. That was an excellent goal that unfortunately won't go into the history books. What can Lansdowne do? They've conceded one. They probably by just inches nearly conceded another. They need to start making something happen if they want to have a foothold in this game. But you have to say, Pancyprian Freedoms have had a lot of success down that right side. Really, both sides, you could argue. There's another foul called. If you're keeping count at home, I think that's a lot of fouls. Couldn't tell you quite how many. How many people do we have watching online right now? About 80 people. We thank all of you for joining us tonight.
In Orlando?
Well,
Like a static shock from his hand.
oh.
It took out the camera for like a split second.
Sorry about the split second there.
Shock.
Static shock took out our camera
Like a second.
for like half a second. It's cool.
Instead of camera angles, because that stuff happens and then it just moves.
Yeah, of course, the professionals would never let something as minor as static shock get in the way of a great goal. Pancyprian Freedoms, or Lansdowne Yonkers rather, going to give chase to this one, but Levine boots it high into the sky to make sure that doesn't happen. Lansdowne looking for the second ball. We're going to get it on this far side. Salmon puts his hand up here on the near side, but it's going to be a foul called for Lansdowne, much to the dismay of the Pancyprian Freedoms bench. Referees are talking to each other as we've seen a lot of fouls, but only one yellow card so far. That was for Humbert Ferrer in the 19th minute.
That looks like they're getting a free kick.
Lansdowne are going to line up this free kick. We mentioned the wind might be a factor. We'll see how they choose to play this. Although, just as I say that, the wind dies down, so anything is possible. See, I believe, is that James Boot?
Yeah, he's always taking the set piece.
James Boot taking the set piece here. We'll see if he wants to unleash his inner Declan Rice, or maybe try to find somebody in the middle.
Is it Don versus Brazil with that position?
Here's Boot, played it in the middle. Great shot comes off of Levine and then off of the crossbar. And that's the best opportunity that Lansdowne have had. And there's a foul called. And are we going? Oh, we're going yellow card. I saw the back pocket there. That'll be for number 9, James Tristino. James Tristino shown the yellow card in the 42nd minute. And now it's one yellow card for either side. Just double checking here while we have a moment in the break to make sure there's no more static shocks. I missed that cartoon. Static Shock? Yeah, he's a full superhero. Not just a WB cartoon. Although, who needs cartoons when you have the Manning Cup final at 9 o'clock at night? Forget about MLS After Dark. This is the Manning Cup After Dark. It's exactly 10 p.m. It is 1-0 to the New York Pancyprian Freedoms. It is Lansdowne Yonkers who have a free kick in a dangerous area. It's James Boot to take it. It's a two-man wall. And here we go. That's going to be played over everybody.
I think we'd be put on an insult if we asked him.
Not like we hyped it up or anything, right? Pat, can we get a shot of the camera here, right? Or not the camera, the trophy that is literally... There it is. There. We are here. And the trophy is just mere feet away from us here. So both teams, whenever they run by, literally have their inspiration. That is the carrot in front of the horse for them to look at. Now, what should happen? Should somebody play the ball out in force and knock the trophy over? I don't know.
Let's bring last year's one.
Just bring last year's. That's what Pat says. Trophies fall off of buses all the time. It's not a big deal.
We're actually not that far from their clubhouse. They could probably bring last year's one. Take off the bridge.
Told Pancyprians could just bring their trophy from last year and, well, give that one away if they should have to, I guess.
Literally like less than half a mile away.
Here's Eddie Speed finding Ali Dawa. Ali Dawa sorts his feet out, and he scores! Ali Dawa will not let Pancyprian Freedoms put the cup in their name just yet. It is 1-1 going towards halftime. Ali Dawa shows that Lansdowne Yonkers only needs a few passes to be able to bite. 44th minute is the time of the goal. Just a couple of passes needed from really either of these teams to let the absolute ballers up front do their job and score goals. And where do we go from here? That's going to be called in favor of Pancyprians. Can only imagine what the halftime team talks are going to be like as well. Svatasada, Eddie Speed, launched over the other side of the field. I believe that's Jordan Julo laying it off for Ferrer. Boot takes a touch. Everybody getting involved for Lansdowne Yonkers. Here's Pucci.
That was Eddie Speed.
Oh, that was Eddie Speed. Forgive me. Still, everybody on the ball here for Lansdowne, doing what they can to not only equalize, but to maybe have a shot at taking the lead before halftime.
Did they lift the screen to show extra time, or they didn't know how to use it?
I have no idea. I did not see. We are going to find out. Oh, this one nearly played into the feet.
Peter, did they lift the screen to show extra time?
We're trying to find out if there was extra time that was added with the screen.
Oh, there you go.
Well, won't matter now as we head to halftime. The score here at halftime at Randall's Island is Lansdowne Yonkers 1, New York Pancyprian Freedoms 1. We will be right back from Randall's Island in the Manning Cup.
Touch on it. And it's a goal! It's a goal for Westmeath!
Let's go back post. Headers there! 1-1!
Mendez, go for the cross!
What a goal! What a goal from Mendez! Middle for it, there is the header there. Yes, and it's a goal! It's a goal for the police department!
You don't have to keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not computer illiterate. We work to make sure that the only thing you'll have to say is, it works.
Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez!
Go! X-Speed! Go back!
Eddie Speed, baby.
Here he wins this game. Back.
Taking his time, slipping it onto the wing. 1v1, he breaks past him onto the cross, and a nice touch, and it goes into the net. Rock Carles Puig scores the opening goal for Bravehearts in the first 15 minutes. Nice little cross there. Slips past the defensive line, crosses in front of the defense, and a nice touch. And it looks like it's going to be a goal for Harry Cook. Harry Kick continuing the scoring streak for Bravehearts. Another 2 minutes after the first goal. Bravehearts in brilliant form. Look at that through ball to switch to the outside of the winger. He goes for a cross on the ground and a nice touch, and it's a brace for Harry Cook. Harry Cook scoring 2 goals in 4 minutes. It's a total of 3 goals in 6 minutes. And it's 3-0 to the New York Braveheart.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of the Manning Cup here at Randall's Island in New York City.
On the trophy right now.
Well, the medals are on the trophy. We are just 45 short minutes away from crowning a 2025 champion of the Manning Cup. Our score at halftime is Lansdowne Yonkers 1, New York Pancyprian Freedoms 1. The first half, we had an amazing goal from Junior Rosero flying into the bottom corner. That was equalized by an equally amazing shot from Ali Dawa and beautiful build-up play that gave Lansdowne their equalizer. We are underway here as Pancyprian Freedoms look to lift their 10th ever Manning Cup. There could be extra time if we are... There is no extra time, actually. Never mind. Will be no extra time. We'd go right to penalties, as I understand it, as this one is lifted in. Booted away by Lansdowne. Sebastian Ruiz. If it does go to penalties, it's something that Pancyprian Freedoms have a lot of experience with. They won last year's cup on penalties against the New York Greek Americans.
Even against Doxa the year before that was on penalties.
Doxa was also won on penalties the year before that. Oh, sorry. Pancyprian Freedoms also beat Doxa on penalties the year before that. So maybe that is what is destined to happen tonight. This one is cut out. I believe we might have had one or two Substitutions here. For Lansdowne, we'll see as they drive this ball forward here. The shot flies over the net and over the railing. I believe that is number 24 came in for Lansdowne. That is Louis Leher, excuse me. Figure out who he came in place of. Might be Seamus Keogh. I haven't seen him just yet, but here's Leher on the ball. Lansdowne Yonkers have not led in this game yet. Going to continue to pass and probe and try and find a way through this Pancyprian Freedom's defense. Coach Matt Kane said at the start of the game, any final is an important final. Any game is an important game. It's important to play the game their way, though. And if you're quiet, or if I'm quiet, I should say, you could probably hear Coach Matt Kane yelling from his side of the field, urging his players forward, doing his best to direct them. That's a foul called. Foul for Lansdowne. Lansdowne in possession. We're still seeing the press from both sides. That's another foul called.
You get people audited and then criminally charged.
Lansdowne moving quickly here out wide to Pucci. Pucci maintaining possession, tries the back heel that is put out of play by the Pancyprian Freedoms. Back underway here for Lansdowne. Quick passes, that one is intercepted by Junior Rosero and then given back, right back to Lansdowne. Here's Ali Dawa with a touch going to the byline. Shoved out of play by Ricard Cederberg. This will be a corner for Lansdowne. One player in particular who might have a big impact not only on the first half but also the second half is James Boot. James was actually playing for Pancyprian Freedoms last year when they won the Manning Cup. He now finds himself on Lansdowne Yonkers, where once again here he is in the final. I asked him a little bit about what that experience has been like for him as he sends the corner in, far side, booted out by Pancyprian Freedoms. He said he's happy with whoever wins. He maintains that both of these teams play at an extremely high level and that both of them are hungry for the victory. He thinks that this Lansdowne team has just as much of a championship mentality as the Pancyprian Freedoms do. And like any big game, it's under the lights, it's 9 o'clock, it's prime time, so to speak. He says that after a long, hard day of work, there's nothing cooler than getting to come down here and play for a trophy. As this one goes out of play, Sebastian Ruiz giving chase there for the Pancyprian Freedoms. Here's Junior Rosero laying it in the middle. Fatasada out wide. Gonna go all the way back to Jens Hoff. Cycles through to Jack Slies. Now one's gonna go out of play for a Lansdowne throw.
I don't even know where the ball is. Oh, there it is. Speed.
And he's given chase. Everybody giving chase for Lansdowne as they win that one back. On the far side of the field, now intercepted by Pancyprian Freedoms, and that is a foul. And just a little bit of tension at the end there between Liam Salmon and James Tristino. Tristino, the goal scorer for Pancyprian Freedoms in the first half.
I was going to do this. Ratings went down. Oh, went back up. Oh, okay. That's why it's not. It was going to happen. They're going to all tune back in at the last, 10 minutes.
There's the ensuing free kick for the Pancyprian Freedoms. Free kick is cut out by Junior Rosero, who tries the outside of the boot flick. Looked like it was a shot on goal, but you talk about the spectacular. That really would have been something. Here's Lansdowne playing out of the back. Leo Fola. Humber Ferrer. There's a foul. No shortage of fouls in this game, but only 2 yellow cards. 1 for each side. It was Humbert Ferrer. Here's a ball that's latched onto by Junior Rosero, who had a shot, and it was blocked by Lansdowne. And boy, oh boy, how quickly things can turn when you are pressing like that. Cedarburg to Hoff to Slies. Ali Dawa lurking. Cedarburg again. Touch for Ruiz. Ruiz has that one taken away from him. It's Ali Dawa looking to hold up. Ball falls to Argudo. Now taken away again by Lansdowne. Neither team happy here. Like I mentioned, lots of fouls called tonight. You just get the feeling that if that's the way it's going to be, that eventually some of this might start to boil over as we get closer and closer to possibly, at the moment, going to penalties. Lansdowne working on the far side. Cross coming in. Laid back out wide. Here's the cross into the box. Oh, nearly brought down. And now it's Pancyprian Freedoms coming over the other way. Here's Ruiz. Ruiz looking to play the 1-2. Here's the 2 back to him. Is he going to be able to get there? He will. Takes a touch, leaves it off, and it's just about handled by Lansdowne, although that ball is going to skip away. Does stay in play. And that 1-2 with Ruiz showing how dangerous Pancyprian Freedoms can be on their own counterattack there. Richard Cedarburg. Ruiz calling for it again here on this near side. Ali Dawa not giving up. Cedarburg. Ruiz there as an option if he could find him. He goes even further along to Rosero. His touch kind of pops up for him. He's going to cross it into the box looking for Tristino, but it's not going to reach him. Here's Lansdowne. Leher rather. Dangerous ball played by Lansdowne. And DeMarco's just going to boot it away into midfield. Ali Dawa going up there to fight for it. And he comes up a little lame there. Here's Ruiz, Rosero, Ruiz again. He's going to get there. He's going to have a shot, and it's going to be blocked. Danny DeMarco with an excellent save.
That's actually kind of funny.
We actually do have the board. It's going to be number 9, James Tristino. Forgive me, I was a little bit in awe there of the fact that we have a 4th official with an actual substitution board. You don't necessarily see those every day. Number 9, James Tristino comes out. Number 11 comes on. We'll get you the name in just a quick second here. It's Pancyprian Freedom cycle through here.
Pieces as we going by.
That is Nicholas
Peter,
Ziolanka.
a moment of silence for.
Foul called.
But we were so freaking late. No, it's like, but also we really forgot. Shut the lights and we're not going to finish. That's the other crazy part, right? Like,
We are looking at the Eastern New York State Soccer Association Champions banner that's now being placed in front of us. And there's the whole thing. Somebody is going to have a great party on a Wednesday night. The trophy is out, the banner is out, the medals are out, just about everything you need, except we got to know who the winner is. We are in the 58th minute here, quickly approaching the 59th minute. Lansdowne on the far side, searching for a goal, searching for the lead. And there's a foul called, and we're going to have another yellow card.
How knows how to.
Whoa.
Oh
Well, the banner just almost flew away in front of us.
Static shock on the camera.
That's another static shock for the camera. That's fun.
I really need you to take it off the surface. No, Peter, take it off the surface of that, please. No. See, it's conducting.
Here, take it off.
There you go. No. I said don't have it lean against the pole. It was causing a shock. Yeah. Good man. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. This one's played out for Lansdowne Yonkers. Ali Dawa on the ball. Ali going long. Now working his way into the middle if Jula can find him. Not quite on the same page there.
Just bet you that the banner literally flew into our stuff. It's funny, worth noting. See, the banner literally flew into
the banner almost literally flew into us, which is part of why Pat and I had to stop there for just a second, and then the pull of the banner caused a little bit of an issue for the camera here, so I'm going to make sure we're delivering the most quality we possibly can. Had to take it off. End of the day. Yeah, it is literally conducting static in the ground. This one played long. Julo, excuse me. This one's lifted up in the air towards us.
Orlando. No, literally, no, behind you.
Always a fun time at these tournaments here. You don't necessarily get the warning like you do in professional stadiums. Any bats or flying balls. Here it's just, hey, heads up. And then you got to duck wherever you are. I heard very briefly that the other game that is happening behind us could be New York International. Shout out to Michael Batista. Don't know if he's following that game or not, but I know definitely following that game. Mike might even be here and we might not even know it. This one's launched forward for Lansdowne Yonkers. Julo's going to give chase, but that is going to be cut out and brought back to safety. Excuse me, to Josh Levine. Here is New York Pancyprian Freedoms with a patient build-up once again. Ruiz tried to go through the legs there of Pucci. Not going to be that easy. Fatisama with the outside of the boot pass. Not quite sure what he was looking to do there, but probably would have been pretty cool if he had pulled it off. Here's Lansdowne. Ali Dawa taking charge from midfield. Now lays it back off for Leher. Leher switching the point of attack. And it's down biding their time. That one is intercepted. That is Nicholas Zielanka. Zielanka was the substitution in place of James Tristino. Here's Nicholas again. He's tripped. He's fouled. And that'll be another one for Pancyprian Freedoms. Well, we are approaching the just under about a half an hour to go here. We're hoping we'll be able to finish this one out with the lights on. If not, we'll be taking penalties in the dark in the shadow of the RFK bridge. Here's Ruiz cutting inside. Ruiz, excellent tackle there from Lansdowne. Lansdowne back in the midfield, but it's intercepted. Fatisama into Rusero. Ruiz again. Fatisada again. Rides the challenge. Shoots it into midfield. Excellent job here by Pancyprian Freedoms to maintain possession. There's a shot, and once again, off the crossbar. Well, I don't know if the wind got a hold of that. Here's another shot, Fatisada. Ruiz maintains possession in the area. Ruiz looking to make a move. It's Rosero. It's Fatisada. And it's over.
It's like watching the Red Bulls in the Western Conference Final. Which they won.
Well, as I was saying, I don't know if the wind got a hold of that one there. But everybody just kind of seemed to stop. Not quite sure who the...
How knows how to handle this?
I'm not sure if that's the Pancyprian Freedoms. Not sure who that is. That's what I'm trying to say. That is down. But that is 3 times, if you're counting at home, that the Pancyprian Freedoms have hit the woodwork. That might have been the most shocking of all 3, though. The other ones were very clear opportunities that simply were rising. This one really came out of nowhere and just suddenly dipped. His Lansdowne to get us started again. Danny DeMarco playing out of his defense. Pucci directing traffic. Now Lansdowne go long. Looking for Ali Dawa, but it's taken away. Lansdowne win the second ball. Now playing back out wide to Pucci. Pucci for Julo going long. Switching the point of attack. Played it in the area, but it's going to fall for Josh Levine. That is Nicholas Zielanka giving chase. He goes out of play. Well, we've already had a lot to say for Junior Rosero. You already saw his pretty magnificent goal, but speaking to him from before the game, he made it pretty clear that his role is not just offensive, but is also defensive in being the first line of defense against Lansdowne's attackers. And he said part of tonight's game plan is to really make sure he's playing both sides of the ball as best as he can.
I think you gave me another one, I think. Yeah.
And so far, well, with a goal apiece for either team, a certainly important part of the game plan they're going to have to continue to execute on if they want to hold it to just 1 goal for Lansdowne.
We should have some stuff until 2013. I don't know.
Oh, you talking about updating the champions, Vinny? You talking about the list of champions? Man. Yeah, I know. I don't know. 13th time.
I have to look at the record.
Do we have a copy?
Waiting here for Lansdowne to get us started again.
Do we have a copy of the program of every state dinner? That would usually say it. Every state dinner would have the program.
Lansdowne playing out of the back once again. This relentless press that really both sides are employing, but for Pancyprian Freedoms, you would think Lansdowne would want to maybe go long or take a shot. I guess they're trying to go over the top of the Pancyprians. That one goes out of play. We are going to have a substitution. There is the glorious board. Number 13 comes on. Number 27, that is Jared Julo coming off for Lansdowne Yonkers. Number 13, Kyle Galloway comes on. We have another Pancyprian Freedom player down.
Definitely Pancyprians, 19, 22, Lansdowne.
And the board again. Pat, did you get the board?
Yeah, but she's always like, it's like a, yeah.
Trying to get the board as fast as we can. This looks like it's going to be an injury substitution. That is number 15, Samir Fatazada, who's going to be replaced by number 17. We'll get you the name in just a moment.
Somehow we still got it, so these are all the sounds. It just only seems right.
It is Pablo Lanazeda.
We have until
Pablo Laneza
on the website. We have until 2012.
is the sub who just came on for Pancyprian Freedoms. This one comes into Alidawa, lays it off. And that's going to be a foul for Pancyprian Freedoms. Ruiz is coming here on this near side. This pass is going to find him from the defense. Ruiz opts to go back. Alidawa giving chase as he always does. And Lansdowne are able to come away with it. Here's Galloway. Foul called. Well, we are getting closer and closer to crunch time for both of these two teams. We're now in the 70th minute. Just about 20 minutes to go here at Randall's Island. If we're going to have a winner in normal time, somebody is going to have to step up and make a move. This is a slightly errant pass, just kind of into the dirt, and Danny DeMarco is going to play it away. Play it out into safety, and, well, beyond the gate. So I believe that's Junior Rosero that's going to run and get the pass, whoever it is. It's going to be Ruiz to get us restarted here. Ruiz's throw-in comes back to him. Ruiz takes the touch. Goes to Cedarburg.
22 is Lansdowne, 23, 24 is Pancyprian.
Cedarburg to Hoff. Hoff to Slice, who boots it long.
Yep.
5 and 4 is 9.
Lansdowne pick up possession here in midfield. And immediately signs for a foul called, and that's going to be another yellow card for Pancyprian Freedoms. Wait to see exactly who that was.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
As number 3, Devin Hinu,
Huh?
who goes into the book in around the 71st minute.
Yeah, so probably like 07, 08.
Lansdowne will get us started once again.
I think it's like they kicked back.
Lansdowne to go Long into the area. That's Pucci who gives it a good header to go out wide. Lansdowne fighting for possession, but it's played out by the Pancyprian Freedoms. That'll be a throw-in for Lansdowne on the far side of the field. Ensuing throw-in for Lansdowne. Takes a touch, the spin, and goes down, waved away by the referee. Well, it did look like a coming together of bodies, but I guess not enough contact for the referee. Lansdowne will go again. Far side of the field. Played forward. Cleared away by Pancyprian Freedoms. We'll do it again.
You love how a week later you get 3 runs.
Well, it's funny, a week later, I'll see a promo for a game that happened already, and I'll be like, oh yeah, he's supposed to be busy.
Another throw in here for Lansdowne. We're just surrounded here by a lot of important people for the Eastern New York State Soccer Association. The top brass are all here, gathering to celebrate the eventual winner of this cup competition. Ferrer chips it long, meets the head of Pancyprian Freedom's defender. Some acrobatics here from Lansdowne. Whatever works, they keep it in the air. Second ball is being won by everybody just about everywhere. Finally settled by, nope, and cut out again by Lansdowne. I believe that's Galloway that took that one away. Here's Pucci. Galloway over to Ali Dawa with a nice flip. Here's Galloway, but that one's going to be cut out by Josh Levine. Eddie Speed. One took a slight touch. That's going to be played up by Pancyprian Freedoms. Galloway leaves it for Pucci. Played long towards Ali Dawa, but it's Levine who's there to come and claim it again. Lansdowne immediately looking to press once more. And Cyprian Freedoms looking to raise their 10th Manning Cup, but they're going to need another goal to do it. 75th minute now. Quarter of an hour left to play. Ruiz calls for it. Didn't quite get there as high as Pucci did. Pucci, that's Seamus Keogh's in the middle there. Played forward. Edge of the area, that's Salmon, I believe. Very far side of the field. Kept in possession for Lansdowne. Now Pancyprian Freedoms come away with it. Sent into midfield, but that'll be settled by Lansdowne. Pancyprians with that immediate press once again. They really have not stopped pressing. And that's going to be a foul. Little bit of contact just before that foul was called, and maybe a few small exchanges of words there. Well, Kyle Galloway went quick, trying to catch out the Pancyprian defense, but they were ready for it. Ruiz tried to get on the end of that one. Instead, here's Pucci. Pucci looking to pick out a pass, cuts inside. Pucci laying it off. Calls for offside. Yes. Offside against Lansdowne, against Kyle Galloway. And still both teams are left searching for answers. 10:42 on the Eastern Seaboard. 1-1 is the score between Pancyprian Freedoms and Lansdowne Yonkers. We have another substitution here. I didn't quite catch the board. Pat, did you?
Club legend.
Club legend Daryl Kavanagh comes in. Former League of Ireland and club legend Daryl Kavanagh. And certainly not referee Chris Kavanagh, right, Dave? Right.
He won the league title with St. Patrick's Athletic.
Daryl, of course, won the league title with St. Patrick's Athletic. Can he help Lansdowne win the Manning Cup here?
I don't know. Oh, it's PA. Okay. I was about to say.
Not entirely sure. I missed the board on who might have come out. I believe it might have been he's playing in Liam Salmon's position. At least for right now is Daryl Kavanagh. Not quite sure. Nope, Liam might still be out there. But the blessing and a curse to have the board. This one's kept in by Kavanagh. The shot comes in. Galloway saved. Excellent fingertip save by Josh Levine, keeping the Pancyprian Freedoms in this match. Level at 1. It'll be a corner for Lansdowne, but both substitutes Daryl Kavanagh and Kyle Galloway having immediate impacts here. Here's the ensuing corner for Lansdowne. Whipped in. Believe that met a Lansdowne head, but it's going to go out. Yes, it'll be a goal kick for Pancyprian Freedoms. And we'll just see. Just seeing Ali Dawa kind of limping around here. We did see him kind of come up a little, maybe a little tense in the muscles. He was stretching before. We'll see what kind of impact that has as Pancyprian Freedoms. It's about a 2-on-5. But that's not going to stop them here. Shot is saved by Danny DeMarco. And a quick lesson for Lansdowne. Does not matter if it's just 2 against 5. As long as one of those 2 is Junior Rosero, there's always going to be an opportunity to be had for Pancyprian Freedoms. That was the case there. Rosero, and this one goes out. I believe that was Argudo. Pancyprian Freedoms throw in, gets past the line. Here's an opportunity for Pancyprian Freedoms, calls for a penalty, and instead it'll be a yellow card for diving. Well, a card for a dive. We're going to see exactly who that's for.
Actually, it's kind of like the dive a few years prior, except it didn't.
Well, from here, it certainly looked like it could go either way. I would not have been surprised if that had been called a penalty, but that is substitute Nicholas Zielanka, who is booked. Just about 10 minutes left here. Booked in the 80th minute for simulation in the area. Not every day you see that, and really not every day you see that in a final, no less, regardless of the level.
If this stays unresolved, it goes to penalties.
We are 10 minutes away from penalties.
If we don't find a winner. Lansdowne
Here's-
has a good record on penalties this year.
Here is Zielanka again, just booked and now charging into the area once more. That one goes over for a corner.
Lansdowne lost their only 2 penalty shootouts this year. To Renegades and to Leros.
Lansdowne's penalty record is pretty strong. They've only lost 2 penalty shootouts, but they've only had 2 penalty shootouts.
They lost both this year.
Oh, they've lost both of their only penalty shootouts this year. They are 0 for 2. They lost to New York Renegades in the U.S. Open Cup. They lost to Leros in the New York Fricker Cup final. Thank you again, factoid extraordinaire Patrick Murphy. Pancyprian Freedoms don't want to let Lansdowne have another opportunity, have any opportunity at penalties.
On the other hand, Pancyprians won their penalty shootout against FC Cincinnati.
Oh, that is true. Another great point. The Pancyprian Freedoms did win their penalty shootout against FC Cincinnati 2 in the U.S. Open Cup. Do we get a Mangione penalty in that one? I don't know either, but as this one comes in the middle,
Definitely struck fear into their heart.
and that was a handball called in favor of Lansdowne. Not sure whose hand it hit for a second there, but it very clearly struck an outreached arm.
What did I do?
Here's Lansdowne once again playing short. It's Pucci spinning, turning, finding Galloway, but this one rolls out of play. What are they? Fair enough. This one's lifted in the air towards Junior Rosero, brought down, kicked off of a Pancyprian's player and goes out for a goal kick.
Did you know what the Pancyprians played FC Cincinnati 2? The guy that shot the Yonkers, his cousin played against the Pancyprians. We thought that was the funniest thing.
Here once again are Lansdowne playing it short. Dangerously, everybody coming in to press. And again, that one is going to roll out. It's going to be Cedarburg to get us started. Well, the tiki-taka has not quite come off the way that Lansdowne might have hoped. Although they are in possession here and moving quickly. They've continued to play it out from the back, and, well, it's just inviting a lot of pressure from the Pancyprian Freedoms, and that is a dangerous game to play, as Junior Rosero proves that point by giving chase into this errant pass. The Pancyprian Freedoms and take down the other way. Pancyprian Freedoms, far side of the field with numbers forward. Excellent tackle there. I believe that's Daryl Kavanaugh getting a touch and sending it down the line. Excellent job to keep that one in play. Takes a lucky bounce for Lansdowne, who are continuing to come forward. It's Ali Dawa in the box. It's Kyle Galloway. And then Daryl Kavanaugh that nearly gets a lucky bounce there as well. Kept alive. The shot blocked. Lansdowne maintained possession. It's Kyle Galloway, double teamed. Kyle able to get around one, not necessarily able to get around two, and then it'll be a goal kick for Pancyprian Freedoms. And now we're about 5 minutes away from penalties. 85th minute here.
I didn't get to watch the Barca Inter game, but I heard it was really good. Which one? Barca Inter. Oh, it was a great game.
Pat and I, to this point, have not needed to put on our jackets.
Let's keep it in. There's the board, doesn't it?
Oh, there's the board. And very interesting, it's going to be Ali Dawa here who comes off
For Liam Walsh.
for Liam Walsh.
He scored the goal against Pancyprians last year in the league.
Liam Walsh with a little bit of history on his side as he scored against Pancyprian Freedoms in the league last year. Looks like it's Walsh who's going to take up the right wing. Daryl Kavanaugh to come into the center to slot in for where Ali Dawa was. Pucci, long throw. Missed by Walsh. Here's Galloway. Galloway sending it forward for Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh's not going to get there. Well, no idea who won behind us. That was the New York International game, and unless they're playing for a trophy we don't know about, they're certainly celebrating like they are. What's that? Kilby Cup? Oh, they're breaking the medals out. Wow, this is like the, who was the one announcer that got to call the Patriots game and the Chiefs game at the same time? I'm calling two different cup finals, two adjacent fields. Well, congratulations to New York International. And we're still waiting for a winner here in this one in the Manning Cup. 87th minute now. Ooh, high elbow there. Pancyprian's come down with the ball. Pancyprian's still driving, and that one's going to run harmlessly out of play. It is a trophy kind of night here in Randall's Island. Lansdowne are going to try, no, they are going to go long. I'd mentioned the Tiki Taka was not necessarily working to their advantage.
It'd be funny if the ball went long to Long Island over there.
Pat would like to point out that the ball could potentially go to Long Island. I don't know if the mic picked that one up. Calls for a foul there against Pancyprians. That pass took Humbert Ferrer out for a second there. Here's Kyle Galloway right in front of us. Kyle Kavanagh. Kyle again. Excellent pass to thread across the field, but it's intercepted almost immediately by Pancyprian Freedoms. It's just Junior Rosario who's up there right now by himself. Pancyprian Freedoms riding a challenge. Now playing out wide to Sebastian Ruiz. Ruiz cut into the byline, sending it in. Almost meets a foot and blocked off the line. I'm not quite sure if that hit a player, a crossbar, a hand, an arm, a foot, what it was.
It's the fourth post. It's like that.
Did you?
It's like the Red Bulls in the Western Conference final.
I don't know what it hit, but it left two players down in a heap. That's number 11, Nicholas Cielanka for Pancyprian Freedoms. Didn't see who the other Lansdowne player was that got up. And somehow it's still 1-1 here. 90th minute, just about. Yeah, 14 minutes of stoppage time, Champions League format rules. And boy, they've lifted the cup. Whatever cup was going on.
The CSL Cup final.
It's the CSL Division 1 Cup final. Boy, I couldn't think of something more motivating than watching another team win a final as you are yourself playing in a final. Who do you think wants to be doused in champagne tonight at around 11 o'clock on this cold field?
On a Wednesday night?
On a Wednesday night in April, almost May.
You probably couldn't take off work tomorrow.
Yeah, nobody got off work tomorrow. Here's Kyle Galloway. I'm sure he wouldn't mind champagne. Kyle looking to pick a pass. He goes back to Pucci. Pucci doing everything he can, but a foul is called. And Kyle Galloway just turns around to the ref and says, well, how is he allowed to do that? That's Sebastian Ruiz. We'll say the ref has done an excellent job of keeping this game under control. There's got to be a lot of tension on the pitch, being that this is such an important final to both teams. It's going to be Kyle Galloway to get us started. Looks like he's putting that one towards the back post. Finds a Pancyprian head. And we are no stoppage time. No stoppage time here. We are going to go right to penalties. Hold on to your hat, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Pancyprian Freedoms. It's the Lansdowne Yonkers. It's Lansdowne Yonkers and Pancyprian Freedoms. It's the Manning Cup. And it's drama already. We've had the full 90 minutes.
It doesn't matter if it's on video or not.
We will be right back. Pat,
Try to understand what do they call it? The penalty?
am I still hot?
He didn't get touched.
Oh.
He didn't get touched.
Oh, you want me to make it? Oh, I'll take it.
Or, well, no, what do you want me to? All right, well, we're going to stay on. Unless Pat says no. We'll do a quick break.
And it's a goal! It's a goal for Westmeath!
Let's go back post. Headers there! 1-1!
Mendez, go for the cross. What a goal! What a goal from Mendez.
Middle for it, there is the header there. Yes, and it's a goal! It's a goal for the police department!
You don't have to keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not computer illiterate. We work to make sure that the only thing you'll have to say is, it works.
Mendez, go for the cross. What a goal! What a goal from Mendez.
Oh! And speed! Go back! Eddie speed, baby! Where is this game? Back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have had the full 90 minutes. Our final score in regulation is 1-1 between New York Pancyprian Freedoms and Lansdowne Yonkers. We are live here now for the penalty shootout that is just about to get underway. Pat, can you read the number? Who's 34? We'll look very quickly. This is number 34 for Lansdowne Yonkers. Shot is saved. Josh Levine coming up big in the very first penalty for Lansdowne Yonkers is saved. We did mention just before full time, Lansdowne Yonkers have been in 2 different penalty shootouts this year, and they have lost both of them. One in the U.S. Open Cup, one in the Fricker Cup, whereas the Pancyprian Freedoms have actually won their only penalty shootout. That was in the U.S. Open Cup against FC Cincinnati 2. Here is Junior Rosero. Rosero steps up and buries it. 1-0 in favor of the Pancyprian Freedoms.
Second inning of this. Second round of penalties.
Second inning, as Patrick Murphy likes to point out. So I believe is Ferrer?
No.
No? Leo Fola. Leo Fola will step up. Lansdowne need to get off the mark here if they're going to have an opportunity to win this penalty shootout. Everything riding on this for the Manning Cup. Leo Fola scores. Excellently done right into the bottom corner. And it is 1-1. Sebastian Ruiz is going to take the long walk down the field. He will be up next. And it looks like Pancyprian Freedoms are coming out with all their heavy hitters to start this one. Ruiz sets himself up. Sebastian Ruiz from 12 yards scores. The little stutter step move. And it is 2-1 Pancyprian Freedoms in this penalty shootout. Heading into the third frame, this will be Walsh. Leo Walsh, I believe. Liam Walsh. Liam Walsh down 2-1. Walsh lines himself up. It's Walsh with the stutter step, and he scores. Excellent job to put that one in the corner. It looked like he might have been beat for just a moment there. But it is now 2-2. In this third frame of penalties, here is Jack Slies. Slies will be next. Slies off the post. And the drama continues here on Randall's Island. Liam Salmon will be up next for Lansdowne Yonkers. We are in the fourth round of penalties. The score is 2-2. Jack Slies had his penalty deflected off the left post. Lansdowne had a shot saved in the first round. Now here we are, 2-2. Salmon, oh, the keeper had a hand on it, but it goes in. And you can see Josh Levine just having a moment there on the ground saying, oh boy. It looked like he definitely must have got some part of his hand or his arm on the ball there. But it is 3-2 Lansdowne. And on the bottom of the frame, it's Pancyprian Freedoms. This is Jens Hoff. He's center back for the Pancyprian Freedoms. Jens Hoff from 12 yards steps up and just off the post and into the goal. And that is a very, very lucky way to get their third goal in this penalty shootout. Well, we are in the fifth round now, ladies and gentlemen. All of you watching at home, you know what that means. If we are still tied after this, it will be sudden death. Seamus Keogh to be next for Lansdowne Yonkers. We're just checking with the referees here. There's the whistle. The shot is tucked in the net. That might have looked like it went out, but believe it or not, that was inside the net. And the pressure now switches to the Pancyprian Freedoms. It is 4-3. If they do not score this penalty, the Manning Cup goes to Lansdowne Yonkers. It is Jordan Bylon. Jordan Bylon, Danny DeMarco, the Manning Cup. Bylon scores emphatically. And we will go to a sixth round. It is Kyle Galloway for Lansdowne Yonkers taking the long walk over to the penalty spot. Kyle Galloway and Josh Levine. Kyle with the short walk up here. Goes out to the left and scores. Great penalty to put Levine off there. And the pressure is back on Pancyprian Freedoms. Have not lost a penalty shootout this year. Lansdowne Yonkers have only lost penalty shootouts this year. It is number 6, Luis Argudo, who is going to be stepping up to take this penalty. And remember, those of you at home, if he does not make this one, Lansdowne will be taking home the Manning Cup. Luis Argudo, long run up. Patient, looking, searching, and scores. And we will go to a seventh round. It is 5-5, I believe.
Light might go up before they finish this.
Being told the lights might go out before we actually finish the game. Can you see who that is, Pat? Humbert Ferrer is going to be next. Humbert Ferrer for Lansdowne Yonkers. Left side of the area slightly. Humbert Ferrer steps up against Josh Levine. Simple and easy. And does the trick. Humbert Ferrer once again putting the pressure on for New York Pancyprian Freedoms. This is Nicholas Zielanka. Man who was booked in the second half. He is stepping up now for the Pancyprian Freedoms. Round 7. Zielanka. Danny DeMarco. Patience from both sides. Zielanka takes a breath, now goes to shoot, and it's saved! And Lansdowne Yonkers are the Manning Cup winners. The team comes pouring out right over to Danny DeMarco. One of the biggest saves so far this year. And the Dr. Randolph G. Manning Cup will be in green and white tonight here on Randall's Island. Penalty shootout is going to end 6-5 in favor of Lansdowne Yonkers. An excellent display from both sides in the Eastern New York State Soccer Association's Dr. Randolph G. Manning Cup. The 2025 edition did not disappoint by any means. We had 2 excellent goals in the first half from the Pancyprian Freedoms, Junior Rosero, followed by an equalizer from Ali Dawa. There was plenty of action in the second half, but ultimately what this one came down to was expert penalty taking and expert goalkeeping as well. The wind was a factor, the crossbar was a factor, the post was a factor, but the last factor that really mattered, perhaps the only factor at this point, is that Lansdowne Yonkers have succeeded in beating the first place APSL team in the first of 3 matches that they're going to see against them in the next 30 days. And they are coming home with the Manning Cup tonight. Thank you so much for... Oh, we're going to do a trophy lift. All right. Are you cutting me out? He's cutting me out.
And it's a goal! It's a goal for Westmead!
Let's go back post. Headers there! 1-1!
Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal!
What a goal from Mendez! The middle for it, there is the header there. Yes, and it's a goal! It's a goal for the police department!
You don't have to keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not computer literate. We work to make sure that the only thing you'll have to say is, it works.
Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez!
Go! X-Speed! Go back! Eddie Steve, baby! Serious? Where is this game? Back.
His time, slipping it onto the wing. 1v1, he breaks past him onto the cross, and a nice touch, and it goes into the net.
Rock Carles Puig.
I'm kind of used to giving trophies to Lansdowne, right? But this will be a little special one for me anyway. This is the first time I'm going to give you a trophy as a president of the state. So I'm glad. Congratulations to you. I believe this is the 5th cup that you won, the Manning Cup, for the short time that you've been around. So it's an unbelievable task to William and the Lansdowne boys. So congratulations. First thing we're going to do is we're going to ask the referees to come up. Ref. Good job. All right, next I'm going to ask. I know he's not the captain anymore, but for me, he's always going to be the captain of Lansdowne. But let me have the real captain come up. Congratulations, first of all. Jeff, congratulations. Jeff, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Somebody help here. Come in.
What are we doing here?
Put it in there. Put a one by one.
Thank you.
Put one for him, and then just call up the guy up front, the name, and then we'll give him the cup.
We could just keep the guys. Just walk it in, boys. Come on.
Walk it one at a time.
Seamus Q.
There you go. He knows. Open this up for him.
Jay's boot.
1 minute.
1 minute. Double coming up. Kyle Galloway. Benji Jones, inside in.
Hurry up before the lights go off.
Champions again.
We'll get it. We got plenty.
Champions.
But I'll bring this to the courser now.
I don't know where the mic is.
Yeah, just close it out. Just
Wait, you want me to?
Just give it a thank you. No. Here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining us. Our final score here tonight is 1-1 to both the Pancyprian Freedoms and Lansdowne Yonkers, and Lansdowne Yonkers win on penalties. We would like to thank you so much again for tuning in here at New Logical Sports. We will see you next time for our next broadcast. On behalf of myself, David Einhorn, and the immortal, the perfect, the handsome, and the slightly cold, we will be back. Or no, excuse me. I can't even talk. The immortal Patrick Murphy. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a good night, get home safe, and we will see you next time.